Okay, today I'm talking about an Ouroborus energy field and its rotation in water and through a magnet. Now I'm going to go through a lot of stuff here. I've just redrawn everything. This is the theory I've had since the beginning. So I'll just go through it and it'll be self-explanatory as we go. So at the top there we've got a magnet flow and water flow. This happens in a magnet and this happens when you pour water, which is what I showed with the Ouroborus energy field the other day, which I'm going to put up again in a minute due to the further more complicated explanation, which is underneath. So our magnet water flow starts off as energy coming in as an impulsion V, which is the Aleph of God, which I've got on the right there, one pulse. It hits a matter barrier, or the inertial line of the magnet. The electromagnetic wave spins out to the side, crosses itself, and becomes two vortices that wind around the edge of the magnet. This is also what happens in water. You get an Ouroborus torus field, and so you have clockwise and counterclockwise rotations. Now, as you can see on the right there, I've got magnetic flow. Comes in at the top. It also goes through the center, but we're not worried about that today. It goes through the center, but then it spills out to the side clockwise, and it spills out to the side counterclockwise, as we see with the magnet water flow at the top there. But then it goes straight downwards, in and downwards. That's because it's a magnet, and that's what magnets do. I just wanted to show you that the field that I'm showing you with the water is exactly the same. It's just a different orientation because it's on a flat plane that it can't get through. So in a magnet, it is drawn back into the center and down due to the rotation coming out of the bottom of the magnet. So we go to the flower of life on the left there, and the vortices that go down on the magnet flow travel outwards on the water flow, because it can't go down any further. So because it's water, which is comparable to electricity, which I showed in a shot of the ground on one of my last videos, showing the spiral pattern of the energy going outwards, this is what happens. So you've got your water in the center there, and it goes around into the flower of life, which is the Fibonacci spiral, which I've shown in water here. And then it rolls into an Ouroborus torus field. This means you've got clockwise going one direction, counterclockwise the other. When you get several pulses together, it forms a standing wave, which is why you get the Fibonacci pattern. You've got two leaders heading in two directions, many leaders heading in two directions, gives vortices on the outside of the flower, which is on the edge of a magnet. This is the thing that stops gyroscopes at the edge of a magnet, because it's a perpendicular flow, and it's also clockwise and counterclockwise going left and right. Now where these edges of the flower, the vortice that goes around the inertial line that you see on the edge there, the Ouroborus field, those come together, then they wind together and point outwards. So where they met and came out, where it says vortex in, that's where it's pulling matter in. Where it says vortex out, that's where the energy force has met and gone outwards or downwards and is pushing or pulling matter, and the vortex there is out. So vortex in and vortex out are both pushing and pulling at the same time. The vortexes in the Ouroborus torus field are also vortexing out and vortexing in, but perpendicular to the original flow. So what you get is a standing wave, a non-static standing wave. The flower lines and the outside vortices transport energy and matter, but do not seem to move. That's because it's a non-static, which means it's moving, standing wave, which means it's not moving. So all the energy and matter is rotated through the lines that I've actually drawn. And this is perfectly visible on the water Ouroborus torus field. Okay, next I'm going to show you the standing wave in action, a non-static standing wave. It means the Ouroborus torus field is spinning, but the Ouroborus torus field isn't actually moving anywhere. So I took some string, some nylon thread, put it into a circle, and then placed it into the Ouroborus to see what would happen. And then I chopped up little pieces and then wound little bits together. So we're going to watch the motion of an Ouroborus torus field.
How cool is that?
So that bit there was just to show you that a non-static standing wave rotates on the spot, but because it's travelling in two directions, both clockwise and counterclockwise, it holds things where they spin, which again is why a gyroscope is stopped on the edge of a magnet, because the field is moving left and right, and so it halts anything spinning going in there. But the field inside itself is rotating two ways, so it stops things because it's rotating in two different directions. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Ouroborus Energy Field in water and fully explain why magnets pull and push magnetic fields but attract metal to both sides. Okay, this is the Ouroborus Energy Field, a standing wave in water, and this is how it operates, because I've got some following video that will confirm this. It will impulse and expulse different sizes of matter in different ways. So what do we have here? Okay, we have the Ouroborus with our water energy coming in, hits the bottom, spins out to the side and rotates. Now as you can see, I've got two different kinds of rotation because two different things are happening. So we've got the first rotations underneath the Ouroborus says on the left clockwise energy direction, which is out, and on the right counterclockwise energy rotation, which is out. Clockwise energy out on the bottom pulls matter in. Counterclockwise energy on the top pushes matter out of the top. Counterclockwise energy out on the bottom pushes matter out, and clockwise energy on the top of the water pulls matter in. So it's pushing and pulling at both the top and the bottom, which is why you get them two star pictures on the right hand side, which is the matter in or the matter out, or the inflection of it, which is again this picture that I poured water into sand to see what pattern on the edges it would give me, and so there is an in and an out vortex because it shows it. And so alternating vortices pull in one form of matter and push away another due to rotation of vortex. Clockwise pulls matter in, counterclockwise pushes matter out. Okay, and now one of my favourite bits, why a magnet has fields that repel but attracts metal to both sides. Well, here's the reason. A magnet impulses or repulses another magnet due to pole field shape. One field fits inside the other. One rotates in, one rotates out. Clockwise plus counterclockwise equals a double helix vortex. A tornado equals impulsion, north plus south. Clockwise plus clockwise equals repulsion of both, south and south. Counterclockwise and counterclockwise equals repulsion of both, north and north. So what does that mean? Well, we've got it right there. So I have my inertial line between the different vortices coming in and going out, north and south. So therefore, two norths push together. There's no lock, there is only repulsion. Therefore, south and south, there is no lock, there is only repulsion. But south and north create a lock. See how the two shapes lock together? That is impulsion by rotation of fields. But both sides of the magnet contain clockwise and counterclockwise rotation. Thus, they are able to attract metal to both sides, in and out, both sides of the inflected field, because there's in and out on both sides of the field, which I've already shown just previously, that there is counterclockwise and clockwise rotation of both fields. But there's a shape, and that's the shape. So I have easily shown why a north and a south lock together and why north and south do not lock together. But because there is two rotations, it pulls in metal at both sides. Now I gotta get the phone. What do duct cleaning services not understand about take me off your mailing list, mate? I don't want your duct cleaning. Oh dear. Okay, now I'm going to show evidence that this field is what throws out all the big stuff. But if it's throwing out all that, what I've just said about the rotations of the top and the bottom of the field, well, I have to prove that, right? Okay, well, here's a film in negative of me pouring black paint into water, and it goes into the Ouroborus torus field. It's pulled into the vortex in the center, pushed down, and then flushed out sideways. So it's taken from one side of the Ouroborus straight through the vortex and then shot out in every single direction out, which is how a black hole works when you see it, when it says it's pulling material from its parent sun or whatever it is. this is what's happening. Now I'm going to pour it in. You'll see it go in into the center, and then the Ouroborus torus ring will change color. So watch for this. It's very fast. The torus ring starts to brighten. There. Because it took it into the center just like a black hole from a sun. Took it down to the bottom and flushed it out the other side. On the bottom of the Ouroborus, as I just showed in my video. So that's all the Ouroborus eating away at the edge, but it's pulling matter in and then flushing it out underneath. So what I've just said is confirmed about all fields. So where's it going if it's not going downwards and out? See it all belching out from the Ouroborus torus field at the bottom there? It's getting pushed back out, comes in at the top, but this field inflects and reverses, so it's also pushing out, which is why the edge of the white there keeps being flipped back out, because there's two rotations, as I have always said. Two leaders, two rotations, two different directions. One's pushing, one's pulling, then it inverts, so it swaps. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, and I'm a Christian. I follow the Christ, and his teaching is in his commandments, and he showed me all this kind of crazy stuff in visions in 2014 for 3 weeks non-stop day and night, and showed me how everything works. I just play around till I find out where it is. So yes, this is more black hole philosophy. And so yeah, some water's getting pulled in by the tendrils. Do you see that? Because there's a tendril going out, as I showed at the very beginning drawing, with the little star shape through the sand and everything. But it's not all getting sucked in, no, because there's a vortex also heading outwards. Two rotations, clockwise and counterclockwise, in and out, and I have proven it perfectly, everything I've ever said. So stop watching nonsense people with their rubbish magnetic videos, because they don't know what they're talking about, and they haven't produced any work showing what it is. Alright, I'm just going to leave you with this video. Thanks very much. Bye. Oh, I almost forgot. What you're about to see is also how your iris is made. I did a video, I think it was probably my second video, about eyes, so it's about almost 3 years old now. And because energy, Jesus said, let your own beaming eyes beam forward. Well, what that mean? It means energy comes out of your eyes. And so, when an Ouroborus torus field formed your iris, this is how it formed it from the matter around it. Pushed in and pulled in matter. Here I am pouring it in every corner of this circle, and you will see a pupil, and you will see, as you can see, the formation of an iris. So yeah, this will also be going in my biology collection, because this is how your eyes form. Energy burst out of your eyes while you were a baby and formed an Ouroborus torus field, and that is how your eyes are made. Thanks very much. My name's Lee, and the Lord gives and gives. Amen.